Hello, welcome to episode 51 in the Datapack tutorial series for version 1.21 and a bit higher. Today we've got an infinite steak, and thank you very much to Gal Sergi for this one, helping me out when I'm busy again. And it's pretty simple. We have a steak, and I'm a bit hungry. I can eat the steak. And I still have a steak. That's it. I can eat this steak as many times as I like, forever. And it'll just keep coming back. Okay, so if you're feeling particularly hungry around this Christmas time, keep watching. Let's get on and build it now. Okay, we'll start in VS Code. If you don't know how to get a basic Datapack working, you start with episode 001. Let's start by setting up some folders and files. Okay, so in my namespace, I will add a new folder, and it will be advancement. And in my advancement, I'll add a new file, and it will be called eat steak. Now, maybe I should put eat infinite steak, but when I was playing around with this, I got very tired of writing the word infinite so often, so I took it out. I kept a couple of them. Now, in functions, I'm going to create a new folder to keep my functions nice and tidy. I'll call it steak. And inside steak, I'm going to want a new file. Eat steak. The worst spelling of function ever. There we go. I know I should probably use some of the shortcuts and things, but I don't. I do when I'm typing for myself. I don't for the tutorials. So eat steak, give steak. Apparently I am incapable of writing today, but you know, what's different? And I'll have another file which would be return steak. Return steak. I think this is a case of more haste, less speed. I don't have much time, so I'm trying to be quick, and I'm just making more mistakes. I should slow down. Right, now back into my namespace again. We'll create a new folder. Loop table. I'm incapable of pressing shift properly today. And inside loop table, we'll have a new file. And we'll call this one infinite steak. Infinite steak. Dot. JSON. Okay. I think the first thing we'll start with is giving the player a steak. So let's give that S. It's not called steak, is it? It's called cooked. There it is, cooked beef, trying to catch me out. We'll give it some custom data. Custom data equals. And we'll say infinite steak true. We'll give it an item name. Item name. Equals, we'll put apostrophe, we'll put speech marks, and in there we'll just say infinite steak, and we'll give it enchantment glint override. We'll set that to true, but it's equals true, isn't it? Yep. And we'll give it a rarity. We don't normally use rarities, but we'll give it a rarity. We'll say it's epic, so I think this will set its text, its name to sort of like a purple colour. And we'll have a max stack size of 1. They can only hold 1 at a time. Save. Let's go and see if we can get our steak. F5. Let's do a reload. If I do press this button, it is just running the reload command. Function. Give steak. There's our steak. Okay, let's have a look at it. Infinite steak. It's got a load of components on it. Cool. I probably can't eat it now because I'm probably, yeah. No, I can't eat it at the moment. Anyway, if I did eat it, it would just be pretty much a normal steak at the moment, I think. Let's damage myself. Effect. Give me instant damage for 1 second. An amplifier. I'm going to say 0. Let's run that again. There we go. Come on. Make me a little bit, maybe a little bit hungry. Okay, we'll have an amplifier of 1 if you're going to be like that. Ooh, ouch. Okay, maybe a bit hungry. Come on. Come on, little hearty. I'll jump around if you want. There we go. Right, let's eat it. Yum, yum. It did exactly what a steak should do. Okay. I'm going to damage myself again. And we'll let that sort itself out while we go back. Okay, next I'm going to want an advancement that's going to check when I eat my infinite steak. So we'll pop over to misode and let's give it a criteria. And we'll just call it eat infinite steak. We'll add that criteria. Its trigger will be consume item. And the conditions, it will be an item. We won't bother checking the item. We'll just check the predicate for its custom data. And the custom data we're going to look for will be, open and close, infinite stake true, because that's what we put onto the item. Done. And we need a reward, and our reward will be to run a function. I will do my usual, just put placeholder in there. And I'm going to copy that, take it back to VS Code, pop it into my advancement, and now I'm going to change that placeholder to start my namespace, eat steak, save. Okay, so now we can go to eat steak, and we can decide what's going to happen in there. Eat steak. First we'll revoke the advancement. Advancement revoke for this player. Only eat steak, and then I'm going to return the steak to the player, but they could have it in either hand. So let's just do it so it does it for the main hand. Function return steak, and let's pass it some data. Hand. I'm not passing it data from storage, I'm just typing in the data myself this time. So I'm going to send it that data there. Hand, main hand. And I'm going to copy that, copy, end. And we'll say this one is the offhand. Offhand. Now, we don't want to do both hands at once, we only really want to check one. So we're going to check the main hand first, and if the main hand is successful, then we won't bother coming down here and checking this one. So let's check the main hand first. We will execute if items entity at s weapon dot, actually we just want weapon any item custom data tilde not equals infinite stake true run return run. Function, there we go. Okay, so if they're holding it, we will do this one and then we will return, but if it's not that one, we'll do this one instead, the offhand. Okay, now we want to return the stake to them. That's what these two are doing. This one will return to main hand, this will return to offhand. So let's go to return stake, but I need a loop table, so I'm going to go and make myself a loop table in Misode. So let's go to loop table. Oh god, there's a lot there. That's from the old mud tutorial. Let's do a reset to default. And we're going to have pools. We'll have roles 1. And our entry will be an item. Its name will be, well, it's cooked beef, isn't it? Cooked beef. And we'll add some components, functions, and what do we want to check? Okay, so, well, we're not checking. This is what we're adding to it. Sorry, this is what we're adding to it. Well, we need to add the custom data. That's important. So not copy custom data. We would want set components. And then the components we're going to set, we will set some custom data. That will be, I'll put string, infinite stake true. Okay, and what else did we have? We had an enchantment glint override. Enchantment glint override, we'll add that. That's true. We would need an item name. Item name, add that. God, I've forgotten what I called it. Infinite steak, didn't I? Come on, brain. Infinite steak. Now, it's not going to be happy with that at the moment. We'll make some changes. I never know how to get this right, so I'm going to change it in VS Code. For now, we'll just leave it like that. We have rarity, didn't we? We set the rarity, so let's find rarity. And we think we set that to epic. And we had the max stack size, which we'll set to 1. Okay, I'm going to copy that. Pop back to VS Code, go to my loot table, paste it in. I want one of these little things. My keyboard doesn't have that on, so I do hold Alt, press 9-2 on the number pad and let go of Alt, and it pastes it in for me. So I'm going to use that. And I want to escape these ones here, so we'll put one like that. And then another one like that, and that should be alright. We'll save that. Okay, so I've got my loot table. Let's go to return steak. And we're going to replace, well, it's going to be a macro, but what we would do is item replace entity at S weapon dot I'm not going to do that for the weapon. Well, I'll type it myself then. Going to be fussy. Dot main hand with air, and then we're going to do loot replace entity at S weapon dot main hand loot ID infinite steak. Now this is great. It's going to replace it in the main hand only. That's a problem. But when we were calling this function, where did we call it? In eat steak, we're passing it the hand that we're using, so we can use that. So we've saved that into hand there. So let's go to return steak, and instead of doing weapon main hand, we will do $, hand. Actually, we need to do weapon dot $, hand. And here we'll do weapon. We've already got weapon. We'll just remove the main hand bit. $, hand. Okay, and it's not happy because, as usual, we need to tell it that it is using some data that we've passed to it. And we'll save that. And you know what? We might be done. Let's go and have a look. In the meantime, I have been injured. Fantastic. So let's do a reload. And let's give myself one of these tasty steaks. Infinite steak. And let's eat it. I've eaten my steak. I've got my health. And I've been given another steak straight back, which I'm allowed to eat again. Well, not at the moment, because I'm not hungry. Oh, I'm hungry now. Oh, ow. Let's eat another one. Cool, there we go. Infinite steaks. Now, this one is from Gal Sergey's Datapack assembler website. I'll put a link in the description. He very kindly said I can, if I'm a bit too busy and I need a quick sort of tutorial, I can have a look at his Datapack assembly site and grab an example from there. And this one, I thought, I do like the idea of this one. I mean, it's quite easy to get food anyway, especially if you're trading with villagers. Why not have an infinite steak we can just munch on? Anyway, that's it for today. A big, big thank you for Gal Sergey for just helping me so much when it's busy times. And I'll see you all soon. If you are a Christmas celebrator, enjoy Christmas because, well, it's tomorrow, isn't it? So, have fun, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.